Okay, Sponsoring Germany here. Back again, part 2 of the video, and this time around, as promised, that we're going to do the JSE side for the stocks that we are going to be looking at for the week of the 25th to the 29th of January 2020. So it is really important that we look at every aspect of the market, and this time around I decided to look at the resources sector. So the some of the companies that I'm going to talk about here are basically in one sector, on the resources sector, except for PPC cement, but all the other companies are on the resources sector on the GSE. So we already spoke about these ones are the Fedman G stocks, and spoke about S&P 500, and then we took a look at Euro USD and some other currency pairs, including our South African Rand, USD. So moving on forward, so right now we're going to check out what's happening with PPC. PPC has been a dead cat for quite some time now, and I think for the past 2 to 3 years, PPC has been like falling and falling and falling. But luckily, sometime in December, sometime in November, I may say, or in beginning of December, it started to seem like a bottom. There was a double bottom that happened here, and then the market started to move higher. And then I posted this on my channel, and we did catch this move somewhere around here, and then we held it, and then we got off somewhere around here. So as I'm seeing now, that it broke off this level here, the 161 level, and now it's actually bouncing outside this level. So I'm guessing here that the market still has some potential to move higher from here, to move from here to 220 and high to as 260, and even as high as 3 rand 5 cents. So PPC is still a strong buy. I see some momentum building up on the stock. And also moving on forward, the next company that we've been looking at is EXARRO. EXARRO as well. We posted EXARRO on the channel a couple of weeks ago. Not a couple of weeks ago. I think about a week ago. We posted EXARRO on the channel, and then I think after a few days after we posted it, it sent this big strong bullish candle and reaching our first target within a couple of days. And I'm still confident that this stock will still rise and reach the 1752 level and move and extend as high as 189 within the next couple of weeks. So the resources stocks are really strong these days. So I'm a huge buyer of resources stocks, and especially the ones that I'm talking about here today. So EXARRO as well is still room to buy in and move higher. And then moving on forward, let's talk about KUMBA. Let's see KUMBA. Oh, okay. Here's the thing now. Okay, let's see KUMBA. I don't know what's holding this thing to appear. Okay. So looking at KUMBA, if we are looking at these companies, we are seeing like a similar pattern. They were moving a little bit lower, or they were moving in the sideways pattern, or they were consolidating for some time. But in recent history, like since in November, they started hitting a bottom and then they started moving higher. And now what Kumba is doing is that it's doing a mini consolidation here. It's a rally, and then it's making this base, and then it's setting itself up for a rally going higher. So it's rallied, and then now it's taking a break and then making this base here. So I think it's going to breakouts of this level, the 67, 68 level, and then it's gonna start moving higher, hitting the first target. Let me move these targets here to maybe 73. Then it's gonna hit 73 rand, 72 rand and 96, and then it's gonna go as high as 77, and even do an extension higher as 85 rand 6 cents. So resources stocks are the ones that we should be looking at. And the other one that I've never spoken about in a while is BHP. So PHP is multi-listed in many exchanges. Ne? It's originally from Australia. It's listed in an Australian exchange, and it's also listed in London. And then they have another listing here in South Africa as well. So PHP is also one of the 5 largest companies here in South Africa. So it's one of those mega stock companies, one of those mega cap companies. So PHP also was falling, and then it find value somewhere. It find value somewhere around here in October, and then started moving higher. Now it's flaking down and then bouncing back on this level here, the 42.20 level here, which it broke off, but it never tested. So now it's bouncing around this level. So I'm assuming that if you get a strong candle that's gonna close above 44.31, this market is also going to be a buy. It's going to move higher, reaching the 507 level, even as high as 53.91. So PHP is also another hot stock. And then there's another company that we spoke about earlier. This one is MERAFE Resources. A small cap company. Not many people know this one, but I did some little research on it. It's a major supplier of coal to Eskom, and it has many contracts with the government. This one, so I'm also assuming that as well it will move higher to the 73 level, highest to the 90, and highest to the 107 level. So all these companies that I'm talking about here, they are really going to do good like this year on this quarter. So they are really a strong buy. So something that we should be looking at. So also one more thing that I want to mention here, these threads that I did here on my social media, the daily stock thread that I did on Twitter, the companies that I mentioned there, some of them are still picking up their pace. Some of them were still on doing pullbacks. Some of them they are now moving to the direction that we predicted. And also these ones that I did here on the gentleman stocks, some of those companies as well are also doing the same thing. So there's still much room to consider those companies, and then we can try to do investments as well on those companies. So you can pretty much follow me on my social media pages. On TradingView, that's where I post most of my charts, which is Interpec Asset M, and Facebook, the page itself, Interpec Asset Management. And then on Twitter, my business page is Interpec Asset Management, and then on Twitter as well, my personal handle is Smo Lamini. So I hope you guys enjoyed this mini video, and I hope it's really gonna be educational and you guys are gonna make some progress out of these videos. So I'm gonna try to improve as time goes on the sound quality and also the interaction on these videos. I'm not a professional speaker, but I will try to improve on these videos. So you can follow me on social media for maybe any questions that you like to ask me or any ideas that you want me to look at. I will definitely reply to you in less than a day if I saw your tweets or your whatever social media interaction that you've done. So for now, it's thank you and goodbye, and see you in the next video. God bless.